Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek. Thanks for joining me today as we look at a book to review. One of my favorite things, for those of you who don't know, is to have a numismatic library. There's lots of reasons to have a nice book collection, one of which is, of course, the information is at your fingertips. I know you all think that your fingertips are these things here, but I find this much more tactile. And when I was at the Central States Numismatic Society show, I picked up this book from the author, Don Kagin. And this book is written by Don Kagin and David McCarthy, both of guys who specialize in early U.S. Americana. So this book is America's Golden Age, Private and Pioneer Gold of the United States from 1786 to 1862. So having that end date of 1862 does a couple things. Basically, you kind of stopped seeing the private issue, the pioneer issues, that are more like a coin form outside of just like the small tokens once the Civil War hit. You had the Dahlonega and the Charlotte Mint both go down. And also one of the things it does, it actually eliminates many states that did have other gold deposits and maybe have some wildcat pioneer bars kind of thing, right? So think of your 1870s in Arizona as an example. This is only going to go through the 1860s. So you're going to cover largely the Carolinas and Georgia, and then mostly California, and then also into Colorado a little bit with Pikes Peak. And the book is beautiful, well done, and it's the type of thing that's really a coffee table book. I got it number 54 of 250 limited edition here, and Kagin's, K-A-G-I-N-S. You can go to kagins.com and find his books there. So one of the things that I like about it, of course, is that it has big, bold, beautiful pictures, but also it gives you historical references and little images of historical items as far as like things that were produced, how many were produced. But those big, bold, beautiful pictures get me every time, right? And it's hard to look at a book like this without starting to swoon a little bit and just remember what it's like to be a kid the first time you saw a coin, the first time you thumbed through the red book. That's exactly what this book does. And it has really cool historical sections on the different assayers, the people who are making the coins. So here's some photos of the Beckler family. And there's plenty to learn here because there's coins, of course, that look like U.S. coins that you would see just in the back of the red book. And then there are bunches of items in here that you thumb through and, you didn't know existed. So, there's things like the slugs that you see in the red book. But then you'll find some assayer that you didn't know existed, or a piece you didn't know existed, and then you're like, wow, and then you find out, well, that's because it's listed as unique, and so when you see this JSO $5 piece, which by the way, it's $5. Hey doll, how you doing? It's a really cool piece. Also, the $10 piece is $10. And so fascinating. That's the J.S. Ormsby and Company. Just to go through a book like this. Now the books it was $100 at the show, plus the autograph was included, and which is kind of fun. But overall, it's a great coffee table book. But also, don't get lost in the fact that it's just another pretty face. There's tons of meat and potatoes in here for those of you who are historically slanted. And what's fun about coins and coin collecting is when you go through a book like this and you learn the history, when you travel, things become very different. Your eyes are opened. So when you are in areas where there was mining towns, you see the world differently. So Pikes Peak looks a little bit different after you read this, right? Driving through Georgia and North Carolina look a little bit different when you read this book. So anyways, guys, fun book to add to your collection. I added it to mine. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.